What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another video. This episode is going to show you the updated guide for WARPETS in Call of Dragons. The game has been out for over 3 years now, so it is time to show you guys what is current. This video is going to start off from the beginning by showing you guys the simple basics of WARPETS, and then we're going to go to the advanced stuff. Be sure to check out the time cards at the bottom to skip to a specific chapter that you are looking for. If you're new here, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Without wasting any more time, let's get this party started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WARPET guide in Call of Dragons. We're going to start off from the basics, how to capture a WARPET. You click on the search icon and then this is what's going to show up. You navigate your way to the beast and then you select the type of WARPET that you want. There are so many WARPETs here, so you can select and then hit search. And it will bring the nearest WARPET that is next to your city. Now when you've done this, you can hit capture. Just send a legion to capture this WARPET and it's gonna go to your pet sanctuary once you capture the pet. Now there are certain things that you need to recognize from here. You can see we have the auto feature. This feature is gonna let you capture multiple pets. You just put them on auto and then you go about doing your business, and the pet, your heroes are gonna capture the pet for you. If you wanna capture a specific level for any pet, you can do it from here. You can capture the highest level pets if you want. You can capture a low level pet. This is how you can capture a specific pet you want. For example, let's say I only want to capture level number 30 pets. So I can hit 30 over here and then put the maximum at 30 as well. Which means the game is only going to look for level 30 pets and then capture them. Now something you need to pay attention to is the target. You need to select the type of pet that you want. As you can see here, there are so many pets over here. If you click on this all, it's going to capture all of these pets. It will start with the nearest pet that is near your city, so you don't really want that. For example, if you make a mistake of clicking 2, it's going to capture these 2 pets that are next to your city. So you got to be careful. Only select that you want. In my case, I want to capture the Brimstone Orcs. So that is going to be what I select, and the level is going to be the highest level possible. So this is what I'm going to be capturing. You can put your minimum unit count. You can put artifact skill autocast, which is necessary, and then you hit start. You can see the number of pet warrants that you have over here. That's going to be the number of pets that you can capture. So this is how you capture a pet in Call of Dragons. Once you capture the pet and you purify the pet, it's gonna go straight to your pet sanctuary over here. And you will be able to equip this pet to your heroes. So to equip the pet, you go to the hero section and then you click on the pet icon. So I'm gonna remove this and you can see what the pet icon looks like. So you click on it and then you can equip pets that are on this side. So to equip a WARPET, you need to upgrade it to level number 2. As you can see here, these ones are level number 1. I cannot equip them. I need to upgrade their affection level to level number 2. And then that's going to be possible. So to increase the affection level of the pet, you're going to go to your pet sanctuary and then feed that pet with some pet foods that you get from here. For example, we got this lizard right here, which is level number 4. I click on this gift box item. As you can see, I got some pet foods to give to this pet. So I give it 1. And then the level of the pet is going to go up. Once it is level 2, you can go and equip the pet to your heroes. Now there is something that I also need to check out from here, which is renaming your WARPETs. So to rename a WARPET, you need to take the affection level all the way up to 5. You can use pet foods to do that. So you click on the gift item and then send it to level number 5. Once it's level number 5, you can rename it. You click on this I information and then you go over here, and as you can see, there is a button here that will allow you to rename the pet. So I'm going to rename the pet as the name of my channel. Let's do this. So this is what my pet is going to be called. As you can see here, the name has changed. So this is how you rename a pet and how to equip a pet to your heroes. Before we get to all the good stuff, let us discuss how WARPETs work and why they are very, very important for your heroes. So you can consider a WARPET as the 3rd hero in your lineup. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to hit create a legion, and then we're gonna select this first one right here. So you should consider a WARPET as another hero in your lineup, because with your heroes you got rage skills. Okay, we're gonna click the information of this hero. You can see this hero requires a rage cost of 1000 to do the rage skill. The second hero also requires a rage cost, but this one is Ella. She doesn't do any rage, so we're gonna put somebody who has a rage ability. So the second hero also requires a rage of 1000. When you get 1000 rage, your main hero is gonna cast the rage skill, and then the rage skill animation is gonna take 2 seconds, which means the deputy is gonna wait for 2 seconds for the first hero to finish the rage animation, and then the second hero is gonna do the rage skill. And that rage skill is gonna take 2 seconds again because of the skill animation. Once the second hero has cast the rage skill, and then the WARPET is gonna cast its talent skill 2 seconds after the deputy cast the talent skill. As you can see here, it is also written a rage skill. It needs your hero to get 1000 rage for the pet to do its talent skill. You should consider the pets as heroes in your lineup, because you see your heroes has like 5 unique skills. Each hero has 5 unique skills, and when you look at the WARPET, they have 8 unique skills, which means you can make your WARPET hit as hard as the heroes. Sometimes some WARPETs even hit harder than the heroes. This is why they are very, very important, and you need to take them very seriously. We're gonna go to the map and just attack a simple Darkling that is right next to us, just so we can see the behavior of the WARPET. So we're gonna go over here, we attack the enemy. We're gonna regenerate rage by using our normal attack, taking damage, doing damage. As you can see here, the rage bar, it is full, is 1000. The primary hero does the rage skill, and then the deputy does the rage skill. Now the WARPET does the rage skill, and the cycle continues. So the WARPET is usually the last one in the lineup to do its talent skill. There are certain pets in the game that are kind of unique. They don't really use rage, so we're gonna check them out towards the end of the video. So this is the importance of WARPETs in Call of Dragons. You need to take them seriously. Try to make them as strong as possible. Up next, we're going to check out the Pet Sanctuary, because the Pet Sanctuary is where you can find many good information about your WARPETs. You can find the Pet Sanctuary at the bottom of the screen. You click on it and it looks a little something like this. We're going to start off with the warrants. Warrants are very, very important. When you click on it over here, you can see the number of warrants that you have. They are going to reset every day, so make sure you use them every day. It does not go over except in certain situations, but you should make sure you use your warrants every single day. If you want to get warrants, there are certain places you can get them. The first one is going to be from the SVIP. If you make it to SVIP, you're going to see that you will be able to get 1 extra warrant every day. SVIP is going to be very expensive. Good luck getting there. The next place you're going to get the pet warrants is going to be from your season policy. As you can see here, we got the administrative excellence, which should give you 3 extra warrants every single day. So this is another place to get some WARPET warrants. Now the next place to get WARPET warrants is going to be at the end of the season, when you collect enough crystals to buy 3 warrants every single day. You're going to get 3 extra warrants per day. I think I'm going to put the screenshot of that shop over here towards the end of the season, and you should make sure you get that. That way you can capture up to 5 pets per day. Now there are other places you can get pet warrants as well. For example, in this season, Rise of the Dragon, there is the Timeless Treasury shop, which is going to give you extra pet warrants. Where is it? Is it official document? Yep, from here you can buy some extra pet warrants almost every single week, and that is going to be very, very good for your account. This is one of the most exciting things about Rise of the Dragons. It is the pet warrants, so that is beautiful. You can also get some pet warrants from the Merit shop. If you go over here, you can buy up to 2 pet warrants. You can refresh this shop once, so you will be able to pick up 2 pet warrants every week, which is pretty nice. Continuing with the Pet Sanctuary, up next is the exchange coins. You can get exchange coin from many places. You can buy them from the market, which is right here. It's going to be expensive. And you can get pet coins from selling cards at Exchange House. So You can sell your skill cards if you don't want them. For example, I have the exchange house right here. You got the buy and you got the sell. So these are some of the pet skills that I have over here. I can sell them. If you click on it, you're not going to sell it from the price that you see over here. There is going to be a 80% price multiplier, so it's going to go down by 80%. So this is how you can sell your pets and make some exchange coins for your account. The next one is going to be the pet tokens, which is this one right here. It shows you where you can get your pet tokens. You can get your pet tokens by cleaning your pet sanctuary. As you can see, I got some pet crap here on the screen. So we click this. As you can see, I got the pet tokens. We click again, get more pet tokens. Do I have anything else? Sometimes you need to look closely because they kind of hide, like this one right here. The footprints. Click on it. I get pet tokens. Now I got 28. We can look around and I don't see anything else. Another way to get these pet tokens is to upgrade your pets with the gifts. So this one is level number 4. We hit the gift box. As you can see, I got this one, which is kind of expensive. Let's gift it and see how much we get. We give it and we get 38. So that is pretty good. Let's do it again. Should I send it all the way? Yep, we're gonna do it. Okay, my daily limit has reached. I can click on a different pet and try to gift it something. For example, this pet is already level number 5, but I can still gift it if I want to get some pet tokens. So we're going to do this. We gift it. You can see I got some pet tokens. So this is how you can get pet tokens for your account. There is another place you can get pet tokens as well. And that is going to be from here when you complete the missions in your account. If I can find it. Okay, found it. So if you click on this icon, you're going to see over here, when you complete some missions, you can also get some pet tokens for your account, which is very, very good. The next thing we're going to check out is going to be how to use those pet tokens. You can go straight to the gift draw. From the gift draw, you can get some good stuff. You can draw 100, I think, which is very good. Or you can draw them in increments of 10. And when you draw them, you're going to have a chance to get these items that you see over here. Here are the chances. You can get some nice 3-star skills. They don't come all the time, but sometimes you get them. Imagine getting Blood Roar. This is going to be awesome. Are we going to have some luck today? So let us do some pulls and see what we get. We draw 10 and we get regeneration portion. We draw another 10 and we get a pet skill, which is good. I can sell it, get some pet coins. That's pretty nice. We go draw again. Okay, I get this item that I can give to the pet and get more pet coins as well. Not pet coins, pet tokens. So we hit draw again, the last one, and we get some meat, beast meat. I can use to feed the pet and get some pet tokens. So this is how you can get pet tokens for your account. Up next, we're going to check out this thing right here. What is it called? It's going to be the pet enclosure. So the pet enclosure is also over here. There is something we need to discuss. You can only put 7 pets over here. When you put 7 pets over here, you will be able to level them up when you clean up the pet sanctuary. So that's the importance of putting pets over here. When you clean the pet sanctuary, you can level them up passively. But if you want to remove a pet from the pet sanctuary, you can just click on this icon and the pet is going to go to the pet enclosure. It is not lost. It's going to be there in the pet enclosure. Let's click this one also. We send it over there to the pet enclosure. Now, as you can see, I got 5 out of 7. Now, to bring a pet back to this pet sanctuary, you can just go to the pet enclosure and then you toggle this button right here, pet enclosure. I clicked on it. This pet is going to be in the pet sanctuary on the outside. I think now I am at 6 out of 7. Let us send another pet over there as well. Do I do this one? This one is already there. How about this one? We click on the enclosure and the Orc Warhound is here. So this is how you can use this pet enclosure thing over here. 7 out of 7. This is pretty good. So that's done. Continuing with the pet sanctuary, we're going to check out the buttons at the bottom here. We're going to start off with the pet auction. What happens at the pet auction? This is where you can sell your war pets in the game. If you have An 8 skill slot WARPET that meets the requirements, you should be able to sell them from here. You can also buy these pets from here. You can buy them by using exchange coins. They are very, very expensive. So if you have the money, if you have the resources, you can buy some really good pets from here and just crush your enemies one by one. You can also filter the pet by the levels that you want. For example, if I hit Seraphic, it's only going to show me all the Seraphic pets that are here. Just make sure you pick the perfect pet with the perfect attributes, and that's going to be good for you. One thing that rich players like to do from here is using these pets to upgrade their pets. They have the money, but they don't have the time to waste. So they can just come and buy a pet from here. For example, a rich Kraken will look for a cheap pet of this kind. For example, this one is 63,000 exchange coins. They will buy this pet and then upgrade the skill to a 2-star. That way they can release the pet and get back the 2-star skill and then upgrade their main pet. So this is how they get their pets to 3-star talent as fast as possible. This is something the Krakens like to do in the game. Now, if you want to sell a pet, you just hit on the sell and then you click on the pet and it's going to show you the pets that you can sell from your inventory. Good luck if you get people to buy your pets. You need to meet some of the requirements that are written over here. I don't think we're going to go over that. But yeah, this is how you can buy and sell your WARPET. Now, another trick that you need to consider is you need to wait for when a brand new WARPET comes to the game. Try to regenerate and then try to sell it. When you sell that pet, you're going to get gems. They don't give you exchange coins, but they give you gems instead. If you go over here, you can see some more information about your pet. You can click the transaction records. As you can see here, I haven't bought any pet in Call of Dragons because they are so expensive. They are beyond my limit. I tried to sell one of these pets, but nobody was buying them because the attributes are not very good. You can click on the more information and it will show you almost everything that you need to know about the WARPET auction in Call of Dragons. This section, I believe, is mostly for the Krakens. And I think there is one thing that the devs added as well. When you buy a pet, you can, I think, consume it and then it's going to give you some pet fruits. For example, if you buy this pet and then you consume it in your account, it's going to give you pet fruits that you can use for this pet or for something. I don't think I got the information correct, but I think this is everything that you need to know about the pet auction in Call of Dragons. The best takeaway is that if you have a good pet with a good attribute, you can sell it, get some good gems, boost your account, and then be the top dog. Now, if you're a Kraken, you can buy this pet, use them to get your pet to 3-star talent as fast as possible, and that's pretty much it. The next button from the bottom of the pet sanctuary is going to be the pet store, or should I say the exchange house. So we're going to click on it and it looks a little something like this. This is where you can buy your pet skills. You can buy them from here. As you can see, sometimes the prices go up, the prices go down. You can also sell your pet skill from here. Make sure you sell the ones that you want and you leave the ones that you don't want to sell. If you want to lock a skill, you can lock it from here by clicking on this lock icon. So this is going to save you from accidentally selling your pets. Sometimes when you lock a skill from here, you're not going to see it over here when you try to upgrade your pets. So that's something you need to recognize. So make sure if you want to upgrade your pets and there is a skill here that is locked, it is not going to show up over there. So make sure you unlock the skill. So this is something we can discuss from here. We got the transaction records for some of the pet skills that you have purchased. And then we got the sale records for the pet skills that you have sold. We got more information here to let you understand what is going on with the WARPETS. You can click on it, you can read them, and you should be good to go. Just know that you can get some limits every week. The purchase limits, let's check it out. You can buy this amount of pets. The purchase limits are going to reset, so you need to be careful. Watch out for this. It can help you out. We also have the resources. This is where you can buy resources for your account. You can use exchange coins to buy some stuff from here. You can filter them to give you either just mana or the whatever resources that you want. For example, I think I'll only buy mana from here. Yep, so this is it. I can buy some mana for my account and just fight 24/7 like someone who don't know what to do. And then when we go to sell, if you're someone who wants some gems, you can sell some of your resources here and then get some gems. So this is a good place for you to make some gems for your account. So these are the weekly limit sales and all that you can get from here. I don't really sell anything, so I think I am good in this department. So this is the exchange house. The next button from the pet sanctuary is going to be the WARPETS skill card section. You click on it and it looks a little something like this. You expand it, you can have access to all the WARPETS skills that you already have. I think the best place to access this is to use the exchange house and then go to the sell. That way you can see all the skills that you have. But if you go to the WARPETS skill card, I think it should let you have the ability to go and apply them to a specific hero that you want. For example, if I click on this one, you can see I got use and I got sell. If I have use, it's going to let me pick the WARPET that I want and I can use it on that pet. So this is what you get from here. Now this thing has a limit. As you can see here, I have a limit of 150. So to expand it, you're going to click on it and then you can use this book of taming. If you don't have enough, you can use gems, but I'm not going to use my gems. I'm just going to keep collecting them passively. You can get these books by using the gift draw feature. It's going to give you plenty of those books and you can use it to upgrade your storage capacity from here. So this is what you get from this area. The final icon of the pet sanctuary is going to be the pet enclosure. And the pet enclosure looks a little something like this. It's got so many information that can be very confusing for a brand new beginner. So I'm going to break it down for you guys. Starting off at the left hand side over here, this is where you can see the number of pets that you have and everything that you have captured. So the capacity for this one is going to be maximum of 100. You can expand it by clicking on this plus icon and then using enclosure expansion. Or you can use gems to get the job done. It's going to be very expensive, so good luck expanding your pet enclosure. Now the next thing we're going to check out is going to be the WARPET information. You can click on this book right here and it's going to take you to all the WARPETs and you can read about them. See what kind of skills you need to put on them. I suggest you be very careful. Make sure you watch the guides for many YouTubers over there. They have some good guides about WARPETs and they will show you the perfect skills to put on your pet. The next one is going to be this icon that looks like a bird. You click on it. This is where you can release a pet. Oh my God, I wanted to release this awesome pet. Well, the good thing is I locked it. So to release a pet, this is how you do it from over here. For example, let me see. I got this pet. I can click on the release and then I can hit confirm and then release the pet. And then I'm going to get one of these two skills, either the talent skill or this random skill. We're going to check that out in a little bit. The next thing we have a look at is how to lock and unlock a pet. Use this icon to lock the pet. So that's how to do it. The next one is how to share the WARPET with people. You click on this icon and you can share the pet with anybody you want that is here. For example, we're going to do it on my other account. We hit share and boom, it is here. When I click on the pet from there, this is what the other person is going to see. Keeping it pushing. To push a pet to your pet sanctuary, you can use this enclosure. I mean, to send them to the pet sanctuary. Yeah, you can use this to send the pet over there to the sanctuary. You can also see the stamina of your pet. So you got to be careful. Sometimes if your pet don't have a stamina, your heroes will not be able to come out, especially if you switch from one pet to the next. So you got to be careful with that. Over here, we got some information about the attributes of the pets, which is very important. Every single pet has 6 attributes, and usually WARPETs depend on 3 attributes. Each pet is unique in their own way. So with physical pets, they mostly depend on strength, agility, luck, and endurance. And then with magic pets, they mostly depend on intelligence, spirit, and luck. So you need to be careful when you regenerate your WARPET. The next icon we're going to check out is this one right here, which is the pet feeding. Now, if you're not VIP 15, you are not going to have this icon. Like I see so many new beginners saying, oh, I don't have the pet fruit thingy right next to my current attributes. That is because you are not VIP 15. Once you get to VIP 15, you can unlock this pet feeding and then use your pet fruits to feed your pets. You can feed the attributes and try to take it as high as possible. Now, this area is mostly for Krakens who can buy stuff and try to build the best pets for rallying people and making fun of them. This is their areas. As you can see here, I have a bunch of different pet fruits that I got from some events. You can get them from events or you can buy them from the game. If you want to buy the pet fruits, we got the VIP store right here. As you can see, you can buy this thing and get pet fruits from here. The next place to get pet fruits is from those events, and if you buy them, it's going to show up in your inventory. This is what the pet fruits look like in your inventory. We got them over here. We got this random box. I got it from an event. Let's use and see what I get. Oh, this is a select fruit box. Nope, not using it right now. Gonna use it on something specific. Now, the next thing that I need to show you is going to be transferring skills from one pet to the next. As you can see here, this pet has got 8 skill slots. So I have 2 types of pets. For example, if you want to transfer skills from one pet to the next, it's going to cost you about 20,000 exchange coins. So let us do it with these 2 Sapphire Fabrics. First of all, the pets need to be with 8 skill slots. Only then will you be able to transfer the skills. So you click on this icon right next to the skills. You click on it. As you can see, this is going to be the pet that receives everything. We're going to hit on the secondary pet, which is the other one over here. So I hit confirm. Now I can transfer the skills of this pet to this pet along with the talent. When you're transferring, the talent that is the highest level is going to remain on the primary pet. So this is the beauty. As you can see, I can swap them with 20,000 exchange coins. What I have from here will go over here, and what I have from here will come to this side. So this is how you can swap skills for your pets if you want. If you find a pet with good attributes, this is how you can get the job done. Up next, we check out the skills icon in your account. This is what you use to upgrade your pets. So you click on the skills and you can use different types of skills to upgrade your pets. So I think I have changed it to owned only. Let me change it to all. Okay. So now it's showing me everything that I need. If I want to upgrade 1-star skills on my pet, I'm going to click on it and then hit learn and then select where I want to put it. You got to be careful. If you try to put it on your talent, you will get some kind of notification. So this is how you can replace skills on your account. Now, there is something that you need to know about attributes. Each pet can only use 3 skills of the same type. You cannot use more than that. For example, you cannot use more than 3 skills that have the strength attributes. You cannot use more than 3 skills that have the agility attributes. If you have a lot of them, one of them is not going to work, or most of them will not work. Only 3 will work. For example, this pet has 2 agility. I can add 1 more agility on this pet, but as you can see here, I got 3 strength. We got 1. This is the 2nd strength. This is the 3rd strength. I cannot add another strength skills over here because it is not going to work. So these are the restrictions that you need to know about the attributes of the pet. Only 3 skills of the same attributes can be placed on a pet to work. The last icon of the pet enclosure is going to be the regeneration. The regeneration is where you can regenerate your pet and try to get some good attributes. Good luck with that. For example, I hit regenerate and it's just going to go random. If you're lucky, you're going to get some nice attributes that's going to make your pet very, very powerful. We also have this information over here. It can give you some more information about the pet enclosure. Just make sure you read it. That way you become familiar with everything that you see here on the screen. The next topic of the video is going to be how to increase the talents skill of your war pet. As you can see here, I got pets that are 3-star talents already. It is not very easy getting a pet to 3-star talent. It's going to take you a very, very long time to do it. So I'm going to show you some of the simple ways that you can do it. So first of all, you're going to have to release pets, get their talent skills, and then try to use them to upgrade the talent of the next pet. In my case, I am working on this pet, the Brimstone Orcs. I've already sent it to 2-star talent. Now to get this pet to 3-star talent, I need to consume about 8 2-star talent pets. That way I can upgrade my main pet to 3-star talent. As you can see, I already have 4 pets, Brimstone Orcs with 2-star talents. I'm going to consume them to try and upgrade this pet. So to make sure that happens, I first need to unlock this. Just going to show you guys an example. We go over here, we click on the skills, we click upgrade. Make sure you use the 2-star version. So I'm going to click on this one. And it's going to give me 500 points, which is why I need about 8 of them. 8 of them is what I need. So the other ones are locked. I need to unlock them. That way I can use them. So to upgrade your pet, you need about 8 2-star talents to get the job done. So this is going to be a little bit faster. So let us see how you can extract skills from your war pet and just try to upgrade your main pet. So we're going to start off with this one. Okay, let's do this one. The first thing you want to do is you regenerate the pet back to 2-star skills. That way it is easy for you to get the other one. So we're going to regenerate. Oops, I ran out of regeneration portion. What the hell? Let us go to the pet sanctuary and buy some. So I'm going to go over here to the store. We're going to scroll down and... Okay, I got this. I'm going to buy 5. Going to buy another 5. Going to buy another 5. And then we're going to go back over here and try to extract the talent. So we come here. So we were regenerating this pet. We need to bring it down to 2-star skills. Okay, so now it is 2-star skills. We save it. Now, before you release the pet, you got to be careful. If you want to get a pet skill, try to manipulate the pet skills that you have on your screen. For example, this one is 0-star skills and this one is 1-star, which means I'm going to have a higher chance of getting this skill with the low star rating. So this is how you can do it to try and extract 0-star skills from your pet. So we're going to release this one. Hopefully I get the talent and boom, I get the talent. So once you get the talent, you can then try and use them. For example, you can see here, if I go to skills, I have released about 16 blow-off skills that I have. Once you do this, you're going to upgrade that skill to 1-star skill. So we're going to do it over here with this pet. Okay, so we're going to do it with this one. Again, you're going to have to regenerate all the way back down to 2-star skills. So we're going to hit regenerate. Okay, so now it's 2-star skills. We're going to hit save. We hit confirm. The goal is to try and get this to 1-star skill. That way I can release the pet. So we're going to come over here and I'm going to upgrade these skills with the 0-star skills that I've collected. You can hit the quick select and it's going to select 4 for you, but you should be very careful with this method. Try to click one by one if you don't want to mess up. Okay, so I'm going to use 4 of these to turn this skill into a 1-star. So boom, it's turned into a 1-star. Now this skill is 1-star. As you can see, if I try to release the pet this way, I have a higher chance of getting this skill with the 0 skills. So I need to manipulate everything over here. I need to take this skill to 2 stars. That way I can release this one very, very easily. So before you do it, you can go to your inventory and check out some of the 1-star skills that you have if you want to save some exchange coins. So I got 2 of these that I can use. But as you can see here, I got about 4 hitback skills. So this is what I'm going to use to try and release the pet. It's going to be very expensive, but it's the fastest way to try and get your pets to 3-star skills. First of all, you extract the 0-star skills. Once you got 4 of them, you turn them into a 1-star. Once you got 4 1-star, you turn those 4 1-star into a 2-star talent pet, just like this one. Once you got this 2-star talent pet, you can then consume it and get 4,000 points to try and upgrade and get a 3-star talent. So in this case, we are working on this pet, and the skills that I wanted was the hit back. So we're going to use the hit back. Let me find the hit back. Okay. So we're going to learn it over here. Hopefully we don't get wrecked live in 4K in front of you guys. I hope the gods of Call of Dragons are with me today and help me get back the talent skill. So it doesn't usually happen your way, but this is the best way to try and get a talent skill. Oh man, let me get rid of this. Okay, so now we're going to use the hitbacks that I have in my account. We're going to hit use 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now it is 2-star skills. Now I have a good chance of getting this talent skill. You don't always get it. The devs have kind of done some, voodoo stuff to their coding process, which makes you not get the talent all the time. But I hope I get lucky. But usually make sure you do it this way if you want to release 1-star skills. This is where things are going to be very interesting. Hopefully I get back the 1-star. So we're going to hit release. Come on, give me the 1-star. And boom, we got lucky today. So I hit accept. Now, when you have about 4 copies of the 1-star, you're going to turn them into a 2-star skills and then consume it on your pet. You just repeat this process over and over and over until you build multiple 2-star skills that you are going to consume on your main pet and try to get them to a 3-star talent. This is how you do it. This is how you extract skills and try to speed up the process of upgrading your WARPETS. It's going to be very expensive. It's going to cost you a lot of exchange coins, but there is no other ways to do it very, very fast. Now you can try and do the gambling method as well. Like this one, for example, I can try and put a 3-star skills right next to it and then try to release it and get this 2-star. If I release it, I'm going to get this skill at 1000 points. But if I lose it, it's going to be emotional damage, which is why you need to collect 8 copies of these 2-star skills and then consume. If you release it, you're only going to need 4 because when you pull out the skills, it's going to be 1000 points. But if you consume it directly from the pet, it's only going to be half the points, which is 500 points, which is why you release and get the 0-star skills. You turn them into a 1-star talent. You release, you get back the 1-star talent. 4 1-star talent is going to make 1 2-star skills. And then you consume. This is the best way to do it. The next topic of the video is going to be a hidden secret tip on how to get exchange coins for your account. How you can save up exchange coins, how you can make up some exchange coins for your account. I don't think many people are using this technique. I've seen so many content creators make lots of mistakes online. So maybe this video is going to be helpful to them as well. So there are certain ways you can be stingy and make lots of exchange coins for your account. And I'm going to be showing you guys today. So it comes from releasing a 0-star skill pet. For example, I have this pet. To release this pet, the best way to go about doing it is to upgrade the skill that is right next to it. For example, if I am to upgrade the skill, it's going to cost me about 80 exchange coins to get the job done. But I have seen so many people just go to their inventory and then pick up the 1-star skills and then use them to replace what they have over here to try and release the skill. This is a very, very bad way of saving exchange coins for your account. If you're doing it that way, then you are missing out big time. There is only one situation, one scenario where you can do that. But every day you should be upgrading the skill that is next to your pet. And I'm going to show you a simple tip that's going to help you save some coins. So to upgrade this, it's going to be 80 exchange coins. So what you should do is go to your exchange house, go to the sell area, and then look at the pet skills that have gone to like 130 or even 120 something. That's good enough. For example, this pet skill, Outburst of Rage, is 131 and it sells for 105. Now you're going to see some people take this pet skill directly from their pet and then try to replace the skill that is next to the talent. This is not a good way of saving exchange coins. So for this one, if I sell it, I'm going to get 105 exchange coins. And then when I go back to this pet, as you can see, to upgrade this pet, I only need 80 exchange coins. So if I sell the 1-star for maybe 100 exchange coins, I'm going to save 20 exchange coins. Let's say, for example, I wanted to use this Terra barrier to upgrade that skill. Instead of sending this skill directly right next to the pet, you should sell it. You can see it sells for 98 exchange coins. You only need 80 to upgrade the skill next to that pet. So you save about 18 exchange coins. So I'm going to sell this Outburst of Rage. Boom. This is 105 pet tokens. And then when I come to this pet over here, it's only going to cost me 80 exchange coins to upgrade the skill that is next to it. And then save. Only 80, guys. So I'm going to release it. And what am I going to get? Okay, I get the talent skill, which is what I wanted. So the only time you can put another skill right next to the pet is when you have expensive skills like this. For example, this one is very expensive, so I don't really want to upgrade this skill. Like if I click on it, as you can see, it is 60 exchange coins. Nope, so I'm not going to do it. As always, first of all, you need to regenerate, bring it down to 2 skills. So in this case, the first thing you want to do is look at your 0-star skill if you have any. For example, I have one heart wall over here. I can click on it and then replace it with this skill and then try to upgrade this heart wall by using exchange coins. So just be careful, be stingy. Always look at these marketplaces, try to see which skills have gone up. I usually try to sell the ones that have gone to about 130. Like I sell them, get lots of exchange coins. Be very careful when I try. To release the pet by putting the proper skills right next to the talent skill and making some exchange coins. Another way to make exchange coins is to also pay attention to these 2-star skills. For example, this Manic Might is now 933. Like if I had this in my inventory, I would have sold it for about maybe 800 exchange coins. But if you guys know a trick, it's gonna cost you maybe like 590 or 600 exchange coins to make a 2-star skill. So you get this one, 933, you sell it for 800. But it's gonna cost you only about 600 to make a 2-star skill. So this is something that you need to recognize right away. Like I've seen so many people get back a 2-star skill like this in their inventory, and then they just take that 2-star skill and use it right away. You shouldn't do that. You should sell it if its price is high, because to make a 2-star skill, it's only going to cost you maybe around 600 exchange coins. Because let's do the math from here. So we're going to go over here and see how much it's going to cost to make a 2-star skill. So let's go on this pet over here. Okay, so we're going to hit on the skills. So let's pick one of these. Let's say we decide to use Robust Body. We're going to put the first one over here, which is 20. And then we need 4 more to make it 1-star. So that is already going to be 100 exchange coins. And then we're going to need 4 1-star Robust Body to try and make a 2-star. So we go over here. We got Robust Body, 120 exchange coins. So we're going to use 4 of them. So we got 4 times 120, which is 480 exchange coins. And then plus the other 100 that I used, which is 580 exchange coins. So it's going to cost you around 600 if the prices of the skill keeps increasing. So we round it off to 600 exchange coins to make a 2-star skill that you can use to release a pet. So it only costs 600. So next time you release a skill and then you look over here and it is very expensive, you sell it. For example, I sell this one is 800 exchange coins. To make a 2-star skill is 600. So I made 200 exchange coins on top. So this is how you can do it. Just be smart, be careful, and you will be able to save lots and lots of exchange coins. All right, Warriors of Tamaris, let us talk a little bit more about talent skills in Call of Dragons and some special skills. I do believe this is going to be useful for a lot of new players in the game. So we hit deploy and then we create a preset. We're going to use this one. So we have established that the primary hero is going to cast the rage skill after gaining 1000 rage. And then 2 seconds later, the deputy is going to cast the rage skill. And then 2 seconds after the deputy, the pet is going to cast its talent skill. Now, when you look at every single war pet in Call of Dragons, it's going to have 2 different booster skills for the talent skills. And then it's going to have other random skills that you can add on the pet to make it do some good stuff. So let us go to the pet sanctuary and we see the advanced and the intense version of every pet skill in the game. So when you click on this creature information, you're going to see every single war pet and all the booster skills that they have. They are usually here at the top. Every pet is going to have the advanced version of the talent skill, and then it's going to have the intense version of the talent skill. So we can click on everything. You can see that each one has 2 different boosters. Except for the Thunder Lizard, we are still waiting for the booster skill known as the Intense Tempest, but it looks like the devs don't really care about this pet. So don't waste your time on it. Now, if you want to get the intense version of every pet skill, you're going to go to your pet shop and then buy it from there. So here in the exchange house, you can scroll down and then you're going to see that there is the intense version of every single pet skill over here. This is where you can buy them. They are usually very expensive, so good luck getting them. Now, when it comes to the advanced version of every single pet skill, you're going to go to your KVK icon. You're going to click on this briefcase. You're going to go to the amber, and you can see that there is the advanced version of every single pet skill over here. So this is where you can get the advanced version of the pet skill. Now you can see here at the bottom, we got 4 different special skills that we're going to discuss. This is going to be part of this discussion right now. So you can buy the skills from here by using ambers. Just make sure you do good in your KVK, collect as many ambers as possible, and make good use of them. Now, let us check out some of the special skills in Call of Dragons. The first special skill that we're going to have a look at today is going to be the Fierce Attack. So we go to the skills. We're going to be checking out the 3-star version of the skill. So let's go over here and try to find the Fierce Attack. Okay, so this is a Fierce Attack. It says your war pet has a 40% chance to deal damage to the target when your deputy casts a rage skill. So this skill is going to work the moment your deputy casts a rage skill. When you have it on your pet, it is going to trigger before the pet triggers its talent skill. Remember, the primary casts the rage skill, the secondary hero casts the rage skill, and then the pet is going to cast its talent skill 2 seconds after the deputy casts a rage skill. However, when it comes to the Fierce Attack, it is going to automatically trigger when your deputy casts the rage skill. So this is one of the special skills that you use in Call of Dragons, mostly used on rally pets and cavalry pets. You can also use it on archer pets. This skill is boosted by intense Fierce Attack, which gives it more trigger chance. And then it's also boosted by the advanced Fierce Attack, which you can buy from the KVK shop. End of season skills for like 3 ambers. So this is the first set of skills. You can use these skills on physical units only, like archers, infantry, and cavalry. The next set of special skills in Call of Dragons is going to be the ones you use for the mages. So let's find a mage pet right here, and we're gonna check this one right here. So the next special skill is going to be the follow-up. Follow-up is kind of like the magic version of the Fierce Attack, but it works a little bit different. So the follow-up says Warpet has a 40% chance to cast a magic rage skill, again 2 seconds after first casting. So this is going to take a very long time to cast, because your primary hero is going to cast the rage skill, your deputy is going to cast the rage skill, and then this pet is going to cast its talent skill the first time 2 seconds after the deputy, and then 2 seconds after you cast this skill, the follow-up is going to let you cast this skill again. It's going to let you cast it for a second time. So it can take a long time to get all the damage. For your mage legions, this skill is going to be boosted by the advanced follow-up, which you can buy at the end of the season with ambers. And it's also boosted by another follow-up right here known as the intense follow-up. So pretty much every single pet skill that has a booster is going to be boosted by 2 other skills. So this is how it works here in Call of Dragons. The follow-up set of skills only work with the mage WARPETS. Up next, we're going to check out the next set of special skills in Call of Dragons, which is going to be the CHAINSTRIKE. Now the chain strike is something you can use mostly on archers, but you can use them in many other places as well. It can be used on physical units like archers, cavalry, infantry, but it is mostly recommended for archers. This chain strike is going to be boosted by the advanced chain strike. You can buy it at the end of the season with the ambers, and it's also boosted by the intense chain strike. So this is another set of special skills that you can put on your pet to help you do some crazy damage. This one is not dependent on the talent skill of the heroes, so you should be good to go with this one on your physical pets, especially the archers. It's going to hit hard. Up next, we're going to check out the next set of special skills in Call of Dragons, which is going to be the Counter-Strike family. So when you look over here, we got the advanced Counter-Strike. This one kind of mimics the chain strike, but it works when you do counter attacks. So when you launch a counter attack, you got a 50% chance to trigger this thing. And then it is boosted by another Counter-Strike, which is this one right here, advanced Counter-Strike. You can get this from the end of the season from the KVK shop for 3 different ambers. And then there is another booster for the Counter-Strike, which is the intense Counter-Strike right here. This one you can buy it from the shop. So these Counter-Strike skills are going to be excellent on infantry pet because they usually operate when someone hits your legion and you're doing a counter attack. So this would be the best skill to use on WARPETS for infantry and sometimes cavalry, especially if you're gonna be sending the cavalry to just go and die and then come back home with a sad face. This would be a good skill to use on them. There are other special skills in Call of Dragons as well that we can check out. The first one here is going to be the Great Care. Now this one is going to trigger every 8 seconds and it's got 2 boosters, which is the Divine Blessings and the other one right here, which is known as the Tranquility. This one are all going to boost this pet skill right here known as the Great Care. And then another special skill that you can put on your pet but not recommended most of the time is the Heart Wall. This one is going to give you a shield. This one is going to give you healing. This one with the shield can be boosted by the Heart Wall. 10% chance to get a shield every 8 seconds can be boosted by these skills right here. Where is the first one? Wait a minute. Okay, this one is for the healing. It can be boosted by this pet skill right here. Let me find it. Okay, Dauntless is the first one. So this one says WARPETS skill shield effect plus this amount. So this is going to boost the Heart Wall. Now there is another one as well that you can use to boost the Heart Wall. Let me see. Some of you may have seen it already right here. The Determined Heart. WARPETS skill shield effect. This amount. So if you put this pet and then you use those 2 other boosters, it's going to boost this shield ability, but it is not recommended. So these are all the special skills in Call of Dragons that you need to pay attention to. They are a little bit different from the talent skill. Some of them depend on the talent skill of the pet, while some of them don't. This section of the video is going to show you how some of the pets in Call of Dragons work. I think this is going to be important for a lot of new players in the game. So the first one on our list is going to be the Sand Lizard. Now the Sand Lizard says here it can heal up to 4 of your legions every 6 seconds. This pet does not depend on rage skill, so that is very, very important. When you have 5 Sand Lizards working together, you are going to get a lot of healing for all of your legions. It is part of the reason why this pet is recommended right now for mages and archers, even elk riders in Call of Dragons, because it's going to help you negate the effect of the counterattack in the open field. Now, one of the questions that I get most of the time is, will the follow-up work on this pet? So where is a follow-up? Let's find the follow-up skill from here. When you look at the follow-up, it says WARPET has a 40% chance to cast a magic rage skill again 2 seconds after first casting. So when you look at this pet, which is the Stone Aura, this is a passive skill that is not a rage skill, which means the follow-up is not going to work on the Sand Lizard. So this is something that I need to clear off the table right now. The next pet that we're going to have a look at is going to be the ice lizard. So you should try and avoid the ice lizard and not build it for your account. And I'm going to explain why. People don't like this pet because this pet is weird. It says whenever a hero is about to cast a rage skill, this pet is going to cast its talent skill. And usually when that happens, it's going to delay your heroes by 2 seconds. So here is how it works. When you get 1000 rage, instead of your heroes casting its rage skill, this pet is going to come out first and cast its talent skill, delaying your hero by 2 seconds. And then the deputy is also going to be delayed by another 2 seconds. This is the reason people don't really like this pet in Call of Dragons. It's a decent pet, can do some good stuff, but the way it works is a little bit weird. So you want to stay away from this pet. The next one we're going to check out is the venomous lizard, which is a universal war pet. This pet just works when someone hits you. So it's gonna do damage. You touch me, you get poisoned. That's how this one works. And then the next one is going to be the frost bear, which also works like the venomous lizard. Now the frost bear is not recommended for Call of Dragons because it currently only works with Madeline and Thea, and the shields for Madeline and Thea are very small. So you might want to avoid this pet. However, I have this pet at 3-star talent and I have no regrets whatsoever. It has been doing some good stuff. The only problem is it's going to cost you a lot of ambers and you need to invest in this pet. Like you need to put a lot on it to make it very, very good. This pet is going to take the dragon scale armor artifact to the next level and let it do some crazy, crazy stuff to your enemies. Unfortunately, many people don't use Thea and Madeline for the infantry, so that is one of the reasons you want to avoid this pet. But in the future, when the devs introduce a hero with a bigger shield, this pet is going to be popping off. The pet also kind of works like the venomous lizard. When you get a shield from your hero, this pet skill is going to trigger. So anyone who hits you once you activate a shield on your legion is going to take this amount of damage. So this pet is pretty decent. The final topic of the video is going to be the best war pets to upgrade for your account. The first war pet that you need to consider for your account is going to be the venomous lizard. The venomous lizard is going to work on every single infantry war pet. So this is the pet that you build right away from season 1 because you're going to use it for a very, very long time. The next war pet you need to work on is going to be sand lizard. When you get to the late game, you're going to suffer lots and lots of counter attack because we have some ridiculous infantry heroes that can do counter attack for fun. So you're going to need multiple sand lizards working for you to help negate the effect of those counter attacks. So the two best pets in Call of Dragons as of right now in the end game are the venomous lizard and the sand lizard. Now when it comes to other specific troop type, there are other excellent pets that you can consider. If you're going to be playing cavalry, the bullion beast is the best cavalry pet in the game because your cavalry, especially when you have multiple cavalry, they are going to kill your legions very fast. You might not even be able to cast the talent skill of your pets because multiple cavalry just annihilate enemies very fast. And the bullion beast is the only cavalry pet in the game that can cast some parts of its talent skill with the rage skill of the hero. So this pet is going to be awesome for your Agnar and Freya. The next cavalry pet that you want to consider is going to be the Orc Warhound. This is another heavy hitter in Call of Dragons, so you don't want to miss out. When it comes to infantry, the Moss Rock Orcs is another pet that you can work on. It's going to be excellent for your Kuma and Lei Quan. When it comes to mages, I can think of the Sapphire Frederick, but remember, DPS pets are going to be very, very expensive. So it's going to be up to you. The best pets to work on is going to be the venomous lizard and the sand lizard. They are the ones that's gonna give you more value for your account. What else can we think of? I think the Shadow Manticore is a good one for Magrat. You can get it right away from season 1. And the good thing is it's going to work with any archer hero in your account. So that's going to be a good one. What else do we have here? We don't have many options for war pets in the late game. I mean, there are plenty of good war pets, but you're going to find that people are using venomous lizards and sand lizards mostly. And the Muskrock Aurochs is another popular pet. The Bullion Beast is a popular pet. We got the Auric Warhound. It's another popular pet. But make sure you pay attention to sand lizard and the venomous lizard. And I think this pretty much covers everything about war pets in Call of Dragons. The video is very long, but you can use the chapters at the bottom to skip to a specific topic that you are looking for. Hopefully I covered everything. Hopefully I showed you guys some tips that are going to be useful. I will be making other war pets guides. You can check out the individual guides for these war pets. They will be on the channel. You can search for them. And I think that's pretty much it. If I discover something new, I will be making another guide for war pets, and you can check that out. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.